All right, honors algebra 2. My last video on the iPad cut me off a little bit early there. We were on page 6. And I had given you the answer to number 3. Again, the additive inverse is the opposite. Multiplicative inverse is the reciprocal. And I told you about number 5 here. Write it as a fraction. So I'm going to continue page 6 and 7 with this tripod and my phone. Uh-oh. We're going to figure this out eventually, folks. All right. I'm going to do 9 with you. Then I'm going to do 14 and 17. We really need to look at 17. That can be a tricky fella. All right. Yep, what am I doing? Number 9. On 9. First off, the additive inverse. Can I see 9? You can. Now, the additive inverse is not bad. It's just going to be negative 3 1/4. Oh. Multiplicative inverse, though, I want you to write it using improper fractions. So snowball method, 3 times 4 is 12. Add 1 to it. That is 13 over 4. 3 1/4 is 13 over 4. Don't believe me, use a calculator. So the multiplicative inverse, the reciprocal is literally flip it good. 4 over 13. All right, 4 over 13. Negative 14, not negative 14. 14, negative quarter. So the additive inverse would be positive quarter. All right, negative 0.25 is negative 1/4, so the reciprocal, it's going to have the same sign, so it's going to be a negative. A negative times a negative is a positive. You want a positive 1 when you multiply. Multiplicative inverse is negative 4 over 1, which is a negative 4. Okay, then take a while to upload. Then let's take a look at 17. Negative 5 1/3. So, folks, the additive inverse, it's almost a no-brainer here. Positive 5 1/3. The multiplicative inverse, you need to be careful here. Negative 5.3 repeating. That is what this decimal is. I can do when I look at 5 1/3 and it's a negative, one of two things is going to happen here. The correct way to handle this is do positive 5 times 3. 15, add 1 to it, that is 16 over 3, and then just attach the negative sign. If you type in negative 16 divided by 3, you'll get negative 5.3 repeating. Too many students do negative 5 times 3, that's a negative 14. They add 1 to it. I'm sorry, it's a negative 15. They add 1 to it, and they say it's going to be negative 14 over 3. That's negative 4.67. We don't want that. It's negative 16 over 3, which means multiplicative inverse is a negative 3 over 16. That's it. Additive inverse, multiplicative inverse is the hardest thing you have to do is make a mixed number into an improper fraction. A snowball method, I think that's what you called it in junior high. Let's go to the next page. I'm just going to get you started here on page 7, and then the rest of section 1, 2 is pretty easy. Go through that quickly on a Wednesday or Thursday, depending on what group you're in. All right, let's do 21 and 23, and that will be a pretty, goodness gracious, good video. 21 and 23. This video is going to be a little bit shorter. Again, I wanted everything in one video, but it is what it is. You guys can see now 21. I know the lighting's not great here. Sorry. Distribute. You're multiplying 15x plus 30y. Positive 4 times positive 2, 8x. Minus 36y. 15x plus 8x, that's 23 of them x's. 30y minus 36y is a negative 6y. Combine like terms from Algebra 1. I'm sure you dominated it then. All right, 23, looking right at us here. You guys might have some to do on your own. I know Honors Algebra 2 students, you can. 23, that's a negative 24c. A negative times a negative is a positive 12d. Hopefully that's not your calculator. Or you're not your calculator, your report card. 12d's, that would be bad. Negative times a negative is a positive. I don't think you want 10c's either. A negative times a negative is a positive. Definitely you don't want 25d's. Negative 24 plus 10 is a negative 14 for the c's. 12 plus 25 is 37 for D. And I think that is going to be pretty good. The next part. Hashtag game time. And I will help you with a few of those tricky fellas. Either in a video on Wednesday or a video on Friday. Folks, feeling pretty good about that. Quick video there. Yak Math Videos signing out.